Hey there, thank you for checking out my review for A Working Man, coming to 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray on Tuesday, June 10th from Warner Brothers. It's the latest Jason Statham star action movie thriller, blah, blah, blah. It's also released from David Ayer. There's a digital code that comes with it that I'm not showing here. And here we are. So this is the latest from David Ayer and Jason Statham, but this time Sylvester Stallone is in the fold as a writer with Ayer. So, like, not the biggest David Ayer fan. There are ones I like. Typically, his stuff is not for me. I like The Beekeeper quite a bit. So I'm like, oh, him and Statham are back. And Stallone, who wrote one of Statham's best movies in Homefront. So I'm like, okay, here we go. Fortunately, the ingredients didn't mix together too well, and A Working Man's kind of a dud. It's not awful to watch or anything out like that, but it's kind of a weird, misguided movie politically. Not misguided, like just kind of like not sort of picking one direction or something like that. It's saying like a lot of things and then nothing, and then I don't know what it's doing, but like oddly enough, this feels like another draft of Last Blood, the Stallone Rambo finale. So it was kind of weird. The action's not really too notable. It's kind of a retread. Wise Statham like put him in position. He does this and goes off on his own. He's a former Navy SEAL. Blah blah blah. Has a solid cast though. Michael Pena here and David Harbour's in a small role. It's an okay, I guess, movie, but I really wasn't the biggest fan of it. But yeah, it's quite long for something like this, about 2 hours. And just like, yeah, nothing to really write home about. And you've seen this kind of before. So what would help stand out is some unique action sequences. And this one, to me at least, didn't really have many. So if you're a fan of this movie and thought it was good, tell me which ones you like below, because nothing really stood out to me. Like Beekeeper was awesome because it was like tongue in cheek, took itself seriously, even though it was very kind of ridiculous. And I really like that a lot about it. But Working Man, not so much. I give it a 2 out of 5 on my score. Video-wise, it's brought to you in 2K, 4160p, encoded at HEVC H.265, and it's in its original theatrical aspect ratio. Looking like a good film, modern digital shot film. It's a really dark movie, and it handles the black levels well. Lots of different tints and shades to the blacks, and as well as just creating a nice sort of look to everybody and surrounding the characters and individuals. It has some solid depth to it. The contrast for the HDR is awesome. There's a scene where Jason Statham's torching a guy up, has his car parked in a woods, and his like back lights, his brake lights, parking lights, those just beam off the screen. Pretty cool. Fire looks good. Explosions, nightclub neon lighting and things like that look quite good. Contrast against like darkness and everything else. So that's really cool. Facial details in terms of wrinkles, freckles, like dirt smudges, bruises, everything else that looks perfect to the touch. Like things like surfaces have all the nitty gritty details, as well as fabrics and stuff with patterns and textures and stuff. It's pretty awesome looking. So 4.5 out of 5 on the video. Audio wise, it's got an Atmos track that really rocks the house. Swings around the room plenty and punches with that subwoofer at different degrees of intensity, and that really matched the film. Give it a good, nice go at it, while also feeling pretty airy. Even the quiet scenes have a lot of breathing room, and the vocals, the sound effects, and the score never step on one another's toes. Each gets a chance to like take a center stage, but they all blend together good, and the vocals really feel a piece of the action when they're in them. Always clear enough to hear, but also feeling part of the environment they're in. So I'm going to give, well, first off, we have an Atmos track, we have a 5.1 track, we have a Spanish track as well, and then we have English and Spanish subtitles. So not a whole lot going. We also have a descriptive audio track as well. And then score for this, 4.5 out of 5. Bonus features. Oh my gosh, this thing is loaded with none. 0 bonus features. So you get a goose egg on that score. Rounding out, let's look back real quickly. The film, I gave a 2. The video, 4.5. Audio, 4.5. Goose egg, 0 for the special features, which coming out to it, I give it a 2.5 out of 5, just because I'm not really big on the film, but I think they do give it a good presentation. It was almost a 3, but I was like, I don't know. I'm not a real solid recommend on this movie. Even though I'm not saying it's not terrible or anything like that, just wasn't for me. And I think it did some things well, but not enough to really send me over to being like an average movie. So there you go. Overall, 2.5 out of 5. If you're a fan of Working Man and you want to own the 4K Ultra HD, you can order a copy from the description of the video, the Amazon Associates link. I always thank you for that, and I appreciate you watching. Till next time, stay foam positive.